Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Buttermilk channel. Glad to see you here. But this video is for the new drivers. This is 10 tips for Buttermilk's rookie drivers. These things may help you, may not, but hey, if you got any comment, leave it at Buttermilk 1970. Let's start over. Leave it at buttermilk1972 at gmail.com. Or just leave the comments here and I'll check them. Maybe, maybe not. I probably will. I'm getting unloaded. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. There's one or two trucks ahead of me. So I figured let's do 10 tips for rookie drivers. I was a rookie a long time ago. The number one thing to start your day at, tip number one, get you a notebook and a pen. That's all you need. Tip number one. Reason is you can write down directions, pro numbers, pickup numbers, addresses, telephone numbers, any information that you may need. And like if you need water, write down water at next stop. It's anything. Because you get so stressed out, sometimes you forget about the little bitty things like water, food. Just write it down. I do all the time. And I still forget. Tip number two. Have some kind of way to communicate. Whether it's an iPhone, flip phone. This way you can get in contact with people. And make sure that you write down breakdown numbers, dispatch numbers. That way if you ever break down, you've got it in your book. Write it in front of your book or whatever. I have mine's on a business card. They give us cards like this with numbers on them. With the, of course, I know who everybody is there. All I have to do is just check off. And call them. Tip number three, safety supplies. Well, what is safety supplies? Well, of course, you know, you have your truck triangles and things like that. One of them is Windex, paper towels, safety vest. If you need a hard hat, make sure some places give you a hard hat, but I have my own hard hat. Shoes is part of safety supplies. Some places will not let you in if you're wearing sandals or flip-flops. So keep you some shoes. And some overalls, coveralls. Get you one pair of them if you wear shorts and stuff like I do. And I have overalls, you know, I can just slip on and hook if I have to have pants on. And get them a couple of sizes too big. That way it makes them easier to get them on and off. Flashlight. Need a flashlight. I don't know where mine's at the minute. That way if you get broke down, need a flashlight, check top of your trailer or up under your trailer at nighttime. Number four. Tip number three, go tip three. Tip three, get you, as part of your safety equipment, tire gauge. Some companies will give you these if you ask for them. So ask. Before you leave orientation or whatever, go to the shop, say, hey, y'all got any air gauges? Because that is critical when it temperature changes so you can keep up with your tire. All right, number four. Make sure that you have some of these. T-check, com check, EFS check. And I always have some blank bill of ladings. And I even have vacation request forms. That way, if you have to write stuff up, and this is a book, you write stuff up if there's something wrong with it when you go into the shop. Make sure you have all that stuff available. Now I can't get it back in the door. And make sure you have a fuel card before you leave orientation and stuff. Check your driver's license. Check your endorsements. Make sure if you're switching from company to company, if you're not too sure. That way, if they call and say, hey, I got a load going so-and-so, it's a load of totes. Make sure you got your proper endorsements to have either. If it's hazmat, make sure you got your hazmat and your tanker. You do have to have tanker license to pull totes, so many totes. So keep that in mind. Number 5 tip for all rookie drivers. This is a must have. I know they're expensive, but buy you a GPS. I have a Rand McNally, the cheapest truck GPS they have available. I bought it. You can go to Rand McNally's website, and they have remanufactured before you get in orientation. That way you have one. And buy you a good, legible, large print. Because if you're like me, you can't half see. Up, down, back. And that way you won't strain your eyes. But make sure you got a good map book. And you can utilize Google Maps to see where you're going to. But I would not recommend following Google Maps because it does not recognize truck routes and laws and overpasses and low clearances and restricted roads, should I say. All right, we got to wrap this up. Number 6, carry food and water, canned food, whatever. Because sometimes you get hung up, like me this morning. Probably going to be here about 2 hours or so. What can I do? If I don't have no food or no water, I'm sitting here starving, going to be miserable. But luckily, there's a McDonald's and a convenience store across the road. But you always make sure you have some supplies. Number 7, once you get your dispatch, pre-plan your trip. That way you know if you need tolls, if you need fuel, where to stop, kind of stop. Of course, as a rookie, you're very rough on pre-planning and all of that. But in time, you'll know I can stop here, 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 and here to get fuel and stuff like that. Different companies do different things. But like we use, somebody's calling. Pre-plan your sleeper berth. If you have a long trip, you know you're going to run 500 miles to get there, 400 miles, 300, and you're not delivering until the following morning. About an hour before you get to where you need to go, start looking for a place to park. And a safe place at that. Truck stops are not always the best things. Some rest areas you can't get in and out of. So you have to kind of plan how to get in and out things. Alrighty. That way you get a good night's sleep too. This is very important. Step number 9. Shower, bathe when you can. If you're on a 30-minute break and you had a Love's TA Petro, wherever your shower credit is on your fuel card, points card. I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If you get a parking spot, park, go shower. Now, you know from certain times, from 5 to 9 o'clock at night, it's almost impossible to get a shower, because that's when 99% of drivers get off work. So I always try to get mine around lunchtime or so the following day. Don't always work that way, but hey, I try to plan. Tip number 10, I'm going to wrap this first series up. Buttermilks, tips to rookies. Sounds good to me. If you don't ask, you don't know, should I say. So if you have any problems, ask, and if you can't find the answer, keep dialing until you get there. That's all I got for y'all today. Hey, we'll catch up with you later. I got to go to deliver. It got done early. Later.